Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Network the Baron GH, aka Afro Beast underscore King 123. Yes, today as you can see, I'm having a guest with me here. So stay tuned and let's get into the video. As I said already, today I am having a guest with me. So welcome to my YouTube channel.
Thank you, Abdul.
Yes, and today, can you please tell us your name?
I'm Blandine.
Okay, and what are we talking about today?
So today we will be talking about a person who wants to immigrate here in Spain. We'll be giving some advice or at least information about the process to regularize a situation of someone who wants to stay and live in Spain.
Okay.
So first of all, before starting the talk,
Okay.
it's important to say that I'm not any lawyer or work a social worker. So I'm not a specialist on this subject.
For sure.
I'm just and I didn't experience myself the fact of going into the process of being of having to regularize my situation as I'm a European citizen. So I always have lived in Spain without doing all this process. I'm giving advice as a friend who has been helping uh, many of my friends to get to this process, and I've seen a lot of people through this process and trying to help them. Also, I was a volunteer in an association who help people to get in their life here in Spain. So I'm really talking from my situation, my experience, and so if we can say stuff here that maybe are or incomplete or not actually still out of date,
Exactly.
but yeah.
I mean, it's just like kind of a bit of research and a bit of, like we ask other people like how it works out. So we actually doing this video, we make a research one, and then we know people also who has been through something like that. So that's it. And then we just want to give you an information. So stay tuned and let's get into the video. Okay, now how does the process work here in Spain when someone is here and then the person is trying his way or to stay in Spain or to live in Spain? How does it work for the people to have document here in Spain?
Okay, so we are going to start from the point of view of someone who already immigrated here in Spain. This means that either it's someone who have got at first a visa to come to Spain legally, and after his visa is expired, wants to stay and regularize his situation, or also the people who have come directly. Not legally, like by boat or anything like this. Yeah,
Like migration or something
yeah,
like that.
exactly. So we have several ways of doing it. First of all, I think the very good advice that would be like very important for every people would, when you are in Spain, get information from lawyers, from association, because it's something that if you're not a lawyer yourself, it's very hard. It's a long process, and there are many ways of doing it. So it's very important to get help. Um, that say, the step that we, or the possibility we have to get regularized the situation would be something that is called the arraigo social, which is like proving that have you have a link, bound here in Spain, either familiar or work, or like social bound.
Okay.
So how to get the arraigo social? You will need a series of things to be able to have it. First is you have to be living in Spain during at least 3 years.
3 years. Okay.
So this is the first important fact, and you have to be able to prove that you have been living
Living
here.
in Spain. Okay.
So with housing.
Okay. I mean, for to prove that, like, what are some of the staffs you can prove to them that okay, I've lived here for 3 years.
Yeah, but you have to have a proof of that, which here is called empadronamiento, which is like
House
saying,
address.
yeah, the house address that
Okay.
you give to the city hall, and that proves that you actually live in this address.
Okay.
For this seems like easy, but we can see in the fact that it's not
It's not
that
that
easy,
easy.
because a
Sure.
lot of people, where they are living in irregular housing, they don't have contracts, so they can't actually prove that they live. So it sounds easy, but it's not that easy. Second very important document you have to prove
Okay.
is the record, the legal record. You have to show that you haven't done nothing
Yes.
bad, neither in Spain, neither in
your
your
country, right?
in your home country.
Okay.
So this is either way. If one of the document is not, or one of the thing is not
Correct.
respected,
Okay.
or if you have some problem, a legal record or something, it doesn't mean that you will never have documents to live
Okay.
in Spain.
Okay.
It's just like going to be a little bit
Difficult.
harder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Third document that you need to have is proving, for example, if you have a link with someone in Spain,
Okay.
either family link, mother, father, sister, brother, or maybe a boyfriend, girlfriend,
Okay.
with what we call here pareja de hecho, which is like not exactly like a marriage,
Living together.
something. Yeah, living
Yeah,
together.
it is
Yeah,
called
yeah,
living together. Like you need to have like address with
yeah, exactly.
with the woman or with the man together in the house.
That's it. Yeah.
Ah, okay. It is called living together in English.
Okay.
Mhm.
Another document that you have to do, which is a bit tricky, is working contract of 1 year. So many of the company, they even if they wanted to contract the working contract, a lot of company, they were wanted to contract people with no legal document,
Okay.
but they weren't giving 1 year contract, which was like very annoying for the people who wanted to stay here and having their arraigo social. From what I've heard, now it got changed this year, but people would have to check by their own if it's true or not. But apparently now it's not 1 year anymore. It could be like any working contract, which if it's true, would make the thing much more
better.
easier. Yeah.
Okay.
Either for someone who has planned to come here in Spain and not work for a company, but doing his own is not his own work, like an autónomo, like someone working his own project.
I mean, to be in yourself, or maybe having like your own business.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly. Then you have to prove that you have your project, like doing the business plan, and show the business plan and all the documents to this. So whenever you have all those documents together, you have to bring them to the Oficina de Extranjeros de la Ciudad de Residencia, from the city where the person is living.
Okay. In the
So if
city, right?
in case here, if it's in Barcelona,
Barcelona,
it would be the Oficina de Extranjeros.
Okay.
After, if we keep on the process, so you have done this part, you went to the oficina de extranjero, and then so the time it be processed can be like some month.
Okay.
If you receive a positive resolution, then you go to the national police, you do your fingerprints, and you get a card which is I
need.
think there is 1 year, and you have to renew it after 1 year.
Okay.
But I guess once you have it, it's easier to get renewed.
Okay.
After this process, we are good.
Now, what I want to ask is that is the only way that you can have document, or is there many ways that you can actually get documents in different ways apart
Yeah.
from this one?
Yeah, no, there are many ways, and even is in this way I've just tell you the arraigo social. Even if something is missing, you can go through the process. Uh, Again, I said it and I want to say it again, that you need help, people to help you, like lawyers and stuff, because it's so hard, and there are so many ways of getting of getting through this process, that it's very important to have the good help for this. Another uh, possibility apart from the arraigo social would be the arraigo laboral, which is more focused on the contract of the working contract. This, from my understanding, is more like for someone who has been working and can prove he has been working for a determined time, and got into an illegal situation, then it is the possibility to get back to be legal. So this is a very specific way, and yeah. So yeah, this is a very specific way for people who have, yeah, who are.
So the question now is like how long the person need to be working before he can apply for this one.
So it would be at least 6 months
6 months,
working. Yeah,
so
yeah.
that you can prove.
Minimum of 6 months. Yeah, you have to prove you have been working for 6 months before applying to this one.
Okay.
And I will keep on with another way of getting regularized. It's the arraigo familiar. This one would be for people who have a relative here in Spain. It's I guess this one is more applying for people who have in their family tree roots from Spain, as is the case of many of the people, for example, of South America.
Okay.
So this is are the way I know, and well, we know about the asylum too, which is like very specific one,
Yes.
because
Because in the asylum, we call it in German. So in asylum one is just like you need to make sure before you can migrate to a different country, one of the European countries, they definitely want to know that your country you have a problem before you leave. So for that one is very difficult part.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
that one also is another option when your country, if there's like kind of war, or like maybe
persecution or
exactly, or your community doesn't accept other staffs, and then you are being in that thing. You understand? So with that thing, you can tell them that okay, maybe in my community they don't like this, and I am like this.
yeah.
So with that also you can have a like opportunity to have a residence permit in Europe wherever you find yourself. Yeah. So that one is a bit different.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
starts from the country
You are from also.
you're from.
Yeah.
One thing that we didn't say since the beginning, and which is very important, all this process, when the people they are trying to get the arraigo, whichever arraigo they go for. Um, during this period of time they will be in a situation of high vulnerability,
Okay.
because they would be not legal in the
In the
country,
country, yeah.
like not regularized.
Exactly.
So at any moment there is a risk that the Policía Nacional, which is like the national
The
police,
national police.
ask for documents and stuff, and if you don't have, then they can give you an order of expulsion.
Yes.
Once you have an order of expulsion, it's a bit harder to get to follow the process. So yeah, I think it's important to repeat to the people that it's not an easy way to get document here, and
Okay.
it's a long process.
Yeah, and then the more important is just like, I mean, you yourself, when you are in a country which you know that you are being there legally, and then you know that you don't have all the necessary documents to live there, the more important is just like to be very careful when you are being there. So being careful, it will protect you till you got to that year that they want you to, I mean, the year that you need before you can apply for the document.
Mm.
So it's very important for you as a foreigner, whilst you are hiding, living in a country, to be very careful,
Yeah.
when you are there.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, to conclude this video, I have one particular question that I want to ask you, which is very important and then dear to my heart also. And it goes like this: many people, not only in Africa, but in other continents also, thinking that when they arrived in Europe, things is going to be much easier for them. So for you, being an European and and then you have been living your whole life in Europe, how does it work? And when people think like that, how does it makes you feel?
Well, I know about the story of good years in the past, where things were easy for people to come to live in Europe, either in France, in Spain, in every countries in Europe, and it was easy to get the document and to work. But this is the past, because it's not the case anymore, and I feel sorry, because I feel that especially in Africa, because I know friends from there. There is this legend that Europe is the a paradise and a good place to live, and but is not the case. And from what I have seen, I feel sorry, because there is still this legend going through in all the families, and people joining families joining to money to send people there, and putting all their hopes on
And then
people who eventually come to Europe, and they live in the street, and they have no work, and they have plus the pressure of the family who is asking for money. And it's horrible, because part of this situation is and huge part of the situation is the countries of Europe which are guilty of not doing anything to receive the immigration, and not having any good policy about that. But it's very important to let people know, and to communicate about that to people, that the years where Europe was a paradise
it's
are
not anymore, right?
yeah, not anymore.
Exactly.
And I've seen like so many people trying to get regularized, and they spend like not only three. We have been speaking about 2 years,
Yes.
3 years, not 2 years, 3 years, but 4 years, 5 years,
20
10 years.
years.
Yeah, and not being in a legal situation. Imagine, it's like it's time lost, because you can't do your life in this meanwhile.
Period of time, yeah.
So it's, yeah, really like people have to think very, very well before
And
living.
then also, of course, the little that you have in your country, you fight, and then you start from small, then it's grown bigger, and then don't lose hope. Don't think that maybe when I travel to some one country, I'm gonna make it. So focus on your country, and then no matter how hard it is, things shall be well. Yeah. So
So, just in order to finish, I want to emphasize one more time about the importance of being helped and advised by organization on this process.
okay.
For example, we found like very general information, but very good in the website parainmigrantes.info, which you're
I'll
going to
definitely
put.
put it on the video. Yeah.
Mhm. And but this the content is in Spanish if people but it's
I
very
think
complete and
yeah,
very
I think
interesting.
many people can translate it in
Okay.
their language that they want.
Hmm. And also this is like more general content about how it works in Spain, but it's important to know that Spain is very divided into comunidades autónomas and provincias, and each part of Spain has their own
Rules and
rules.
regulations. Yeah.
So, for example, here in Barcelona, I can recommend a good association that I have known, for example, Barcelona Actua, who has a very good project on for people who arrived.
Okay.
There is the Iridia Center, which is a very good association.
And they help you go through all
Uh-huh,
the
all
process,
the
right?
process, and they have like advice and people prepared for that. Barcelona Activa is also a place where you can find asesoramiento, like information and
Oh,
about formation, about uh, work
okay. Okay.
opportunities and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, in order, this is the end of today's video, guys. If you do like such a video, please, if today is your first time, subscribe, like, and share, and let's grow the channel together. So, see you in the next video.
Yeah, subscribe, like,
Like,
and share, please.
yes.